What's going on, everybody? Back with another reaction video, and I will be reacting to the Bud interview that he did with a real report with Tony Ayo and Uncle Murda. So I just want to go ahead and jump right into it. And I did skip. I'm skipping right to the part. Focus on the Bud part where Bud spoke and he said Boots is hating on him and all that part that clip that went viral in the boxing world. Um, yeah, so let's get to it. Let me see. Here we go.
Appreciate what you do for the culture of boxing. Back to the Boots thing, because I know on Twitter you said something about a style like you would like never get close to me like that. What did you mean? Like what?
What you mean?
It was something on Twitter, like you said something and Boots said something like, well, he's retired, but you said something about like his style of fighting.
I think a lot of people always like. That's one thing that they always.
Because it went
do,
viral.
right?
Everybody wanted it with the Boots and Boots and Bud. We want to see that.
Bud, like, I feel like Boots, a whole motion is built off of Terrence Crawford. He should.
And that's a whole lot. Yes, I'm pausing. No, I will be pausing it during this section. I saw that. I was on Twitter or X. I saw that. I was like, okay. I don't know how you added that up, multiplied that, divided that, and subtracted that, and got your answer. But Boo's whole motion is built off of you. I thought that was crazy. Like, I like Bud as a fighter. He's talented. His in-ring ability is crazy. Talent is all-time great talent, but to me, this right here, like him doing interviews and things like that, I'd be like, nah, Sonny boy, that ain't it. That ain't the wave. Literally in the build-up to the Xander Zayas fight, you had Boots talking about the pivot interview. If you watch that with Boots, he talked about his brothers, his two older brothers, and how, I forgot which brother, if not both, but they were more Philly famous, where they let the success they did get kind of went to their head and they never really reached their full potential as a professional. You know what I mean? He talked about that. So if anything, based off that interview, I think he even said in the interview, like more so his style is because of his two brothers and his dad. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting for him to say that, which was crazy. But let's keep it pushing.
But thank you, to be honest, because if there was no Terrence Crawford at this pinnacle, who would they be talking about? Who would they be comparing?
Roy Jones, bro. Which they already do that as well. They compare Boots to Roy Jones as well. The only reason why you, from a fighting style perspective, y'all get compared to each other is because y'all can switch hit. That's it. And he's a better switch hitter than you. He legit can fight out of both stances. You can too, but you're more of a southpaw. I think the last time I saw Terrence Crawford actually switch stances, like come in orthodox, where he actually for a period of time within the fight fought that way. I think the Canelo fight, y'all can correct me, I think he fought straight southpaw. Same thing in the Spence fight, I believe. But yeah, so it's like that's the only, y'all styles are completely different. But if you want to put that to the test, go watch the Avanesian fight of both guys. They both got the job done two completely different ways. That boy Bud, wow.
I remember when he was a couple of fights in and people were saying, hey, man, it's this little kid. When he was an amateur, in the Olympic trials, they was like, man, this dude fight like you, Bud. This dude fight like you. When he was pro, this dude remind me of you, Bud. So I just feel like, I'm going to let him have his era and wish him the best.
But How somebody like y'all don't even get cool? Like eventually, if he looking like a little you, and you like, oh,
I feel like he's a hater.
okay, gotcha.
If I'm gonna be a one,
Hey, yo, boy, and the crazy part, I already watched this. I saw this whole clip, and I'm like, bro, how did you get how? How'd you? It's like he went like, I'm gonna pull this out of this cloud. I'm gonna take this from over here. I'm like, how, bro? Yes, Boots believed he could beat you. Yes, but I think Boots said it was an interview, I think leading up to the Zayas fight, or he said he would knock Terrence Crawford out. But I don't even know what the lead-up questions were for him to get to that point, whatever was said. I think somebody a hater. To be fair, over the years, more so after, like, go back to 147 when it was like Spence and Crawford leading up to that fight. Just in that era of welterweights where you had your Danny Garcias, Keith Thurmans, Sean Porters, your Ugas, Spence, Crawford. I throw Jeff Horn in there, everybody that was in that era. And it's like when Boots came, it was like, if he could have come, like, got to 147 like 2 years later, it's like he was like in a, see, Boots to me is almost like in a middle ground as far as like his timing of everything. It was like you were too early to fight this generation of welterweights and these guys, and then you're a little bit later to be trying to fight the Devin Haney's, Ryan Garcia's, Brian Norman's, that group of guys. Tank Davis's, even though they're not the same weight class, but talking about that batch of guys. So it's like he's just like, you say in a era, not an era, I only use the word era, but in a space where he's like, it's just him. He don't really have a contemporary his age per se. So I don't see how Boots be hating, but I'm gonna let Bud tell it. Let's see what he make up.
1,000%.
It's the Real Report show. It's all good. That's what we do.
that's
Yes,
what we
sir.
love to hear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I think he's a hater.
Mm.
You know, like a lot of people say, "Oh man, Bud always hating." Like, what I had to hate on him for?
Right.
You know, I didn't support him in the Olympic trials. I didn't been in the locker room at his fights. You know, supporting him. So why would I need to hate on him?
Got you.
You know, like I said, I want to.
You're also the same person recently, maybe within the past 2 months, that said that if you had fought Boots, you would have ended his career before it got started, and that you would have knocked him the so-and-so out as well. So it's like, it's a lot of double talking, a lot of double standards here. Yeah, that's funny. Yo, he's a hater. No, brother, if anybody was hating a little bit, it's maybe more than a little bit, it's being you. It's being you, because let me let this one shot out. I'll keep going.
See him win. I want to see him go far as he can. But I think people do the same thing with Boots as they did with Spence.
Right.
You know, and it's our people, it's the urban community that does it. Oh, Boost this, Boost knock you out, Boost. And then, you know, the people that.
It's called being a fan. That's what fans do. In the lead up to the Spence Crawford fight, bro. Like, you have people going for Spence, people going for Crawford. Spence, even in that old video, when they were in Oklahoma, Bud and Spence on that red hoodie, whatever joint, and he was wearing a black hoodie, whatever joint. And they was, you know, they bantering back and forth. But it's just like, but outside there are the fighters, but the fans, that's what fans go do. It's not a bad thing. It's a part of the sport. I'm going for this guy. And the same thing will happen if y'all two were fighting. People that's rooting for Boots, the Philly Cats, they go be rocking with Boots. And the guy, Nebraska, and people outside of your region, that's going to be rocking with you. That's part of the sport. That's not a urban thing. It's not a black thing. And just because we're both black don't mean that two black fighters fighting, don't mean that everything got to be copacetic. You got to be, we got to be at peace. Yeah, yes, we want to be at peace, respect each other, yes, for sure. But it's okay for me as a black person to root against you. That's okay. I understand boxing is very, as a whole, can be nationalistic. It can be discriminatory towards certain fighters, especially black fighters, as well. So fans root for, I've seen it in person. Oh, who fighting? People don't know, casual, I'm going for the black guy. Oh, who fighting? Oh, I'm going for the Mexican guy. Just because you don't know who the two guys are. So and I've seen that, but like, I don't know what he's talking about right here. It's really weird, but let's proceed.
Support me. They, man, Bud it is, Bud that. Then some fighters fight themselves getting caught up in that, and then they asked about it. Oh man, he easy work. I ain't easy work. No man.
That's it right there. Boots said you was easy work, and you don't like that.
You know what I mean?
No.
That's just disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just head over the height.
Right.
And I don't look at no fighter as easy work. That's a professional on that level. I'm
out. I understand the whole easy work. You didn't like that, okay? But after Boots beat Zayas, maybe he was doing that after that third round, and Crawford tweeted out. Let me see. He probably still got that tweet up. Let me see. Let me pull it real quick. Let me get to it. I'm trying to remember exactly what Terrence Crawford said. Because it was almost like he said, I'm not going to say nothing, but the whole 10 steps ahead comments he made on the Porterway podcast after the fight, it's like, come on, bro. Let me see. That fight was in June. Let me see. Yes, what he said right here. I'm going to keep my comments to myself, but y'all get it, I hope. June 27th. This was on X. He tweeted that. I think that was after the fight. I'm going to keep my comments to myself, but y'all get it, I hope. And then after this whole card with Zayas and Boots, the next day, whenever the Porterway podcast released their thing, talking about the post-fight of the Boots Zayas, that Bud on there, he was like, he's 10 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead tactically, which is his opinion. Whatever he sees as a fighter, that's what's up. Respect that. But it's like, you're retired, buddy. You and your braids are retired. You don't plan on coming back. I don't know. But you have a lot to say. But when y'all both were at 147, I guess, what was that? When he fought Avanesian on, I forgot the name of that little company he fought that on after he left Top Rank finally. Yeah. That's when I think Boots they were fighting on Showtime. That's who they were tied to, where they had a contract or not. I don't know. That's where they fight on Showtime. And I think Bud was trying to get the fight on that platform, which he fought Avanesian. And I think that was the only time where it was, I don't know if they ever entered negotiations. I don't think so, where they could have possibly fought. But yeah, Bud on this one was crazy. Crazy. He was talking reckless in this particular segment. Other parts of the interview, she was chilling. He was some things like, no, okay, respect. But this part, I was like, yeah, bro, you just don't like Boots for whatever reason. You just don't. And Boots is not. If Boots was like Berlanga, I think if Boots had like still his same talent and ability, but he talked and carried on himself like how Berlinger carried himself, I could be like, okay, I get it. But I don't know.
Care who you is.
Right.
Like I gotta prepare for you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to a certain extent that, you know, you could possibly threaten to beat me, or you wouldn't be in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to sound easy work is just like, man, you disrespectful, boy.
Yeah. Fucking tripping out. Tripping out.
What's wrong with him saying you easy work? You said you were 10 steps ahead. He said you were easy work. What's the problem? You said you would knock him to so out. I think he said he would. I think Boots said he would beat you. He said something like that. What's the problem? If you easy work, he felt you easy work. You felt you 10 steps ahead. Come on, son. Soft as cotton.
Oh, no, he ain't easy work. 42 and no.
So now you seeing the fighters that's out there right now.
I'm gonna pause right there. Switch. All right. So I'll say this part. Because on the part on this interview I want to touch on, react to was that part. It was other parts, but we'll may come back on that. But one thing I will say about Bud, one thing I realized with his career, he fought, Errol Spence, and then he fought Terrence, and then he fought Canelo, and then he retired. Most fighters like your Floyds, Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley's, Roy Jones, Andre Ward, Lomachenko, like most fighters when they're at their pinnacle, like they're still fighting top tier talent. They're the guy. They're getting all the Sugar Ray Robinson's. They're getting all the notoriety, but they're still an active fighter, and they're still able to enjoy the notoriety while still being an active fighter. Where Bud, on the other hand, Mr. Top Rank, kind of like you got to as an active fighter, you only really got to enjoy it for those last. Let me see. Let me go back up here. I'm looking at Box Rec here. That's right. So he fought Errol Spence July 2023, and then he fought Madrimov August 2024, and then Canelo September 2025. I forgot about Madrimov. So July 23. So he got like 2 years as an active fighter where you was like getting love, like more like mainstream commercial love. Granted, I know a lot of people knew about Bud like already off rip, but as far as where you become like, you could say like a household name to a degree, especially after the Canelo fight. Because like I said before, all of Bud's motion came off of because of Errol Spence. Yes, you beat him, and rightfully so. You get the money, the credit, and everything that comes with that. But if it wasn't for Errol Spence, Errol still got motion. Granted, I'm saying he just recently retired, but when Errol used to fight, it was an event. You was with Top Rank, and you wasn't selling like that for whatever reason. Blame yourself, blame Top Rank, everybody in between, whatever. Errol had motion, and Errol still got motion as far as being a fan favorite, as far as being loved by the fans, just in a general sense. As far as you, but like he had that throughout his career, Errol Spence. You, yes, you loved by your people, Nebraska and everybody that rock with you, but like you didn't get that same notoriety and treatment as an active fighter. Now you doing more interviews, doing it now, that's what's up. But Boots is the next man up. Boots is that guy right now. One of the guys in boxing, along with your David Benavidez, when he come back. Shoot, I say even Devin Haney and Shakur as well. They got their fan base, people that rock with them. But guys that really move the needle, of course, like right now, really definitely would be, I think, David and Boots. Tank, of course, without question, probably for me, top 3 with active fighters. I can really put butts in seats. and maybe even Devin. We'll have to see. But yeah, this interview was funny. Talking about Bud Boots got all his motion from you. That's crazy, yo. But yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. I'm like, yeah, I can't believe he just said that, but he did. But yeah, hey, that's all I got. That's my reaction. Yeah, shout out to Boots, man. Shout out to Bud. Stay retired, because Boots put you on your behind. I'm out.